I am 2.5 minutes late. 2.5 minutes late. Sorry I'm late. Bum 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 bum. Boy, am I the evil queen to like not today, every single live stream. Not really. We've had a few on times. But yeah, I know I've been more than late once. So I'm sorry for the delay. It's only 2 minutes. We're fine. I had to go to the bathroom when it was so inconvenient right before starting, so I am so sorry. You can't control when your body needs to go, right? I did not want to have to deal with holding it for 3 hours and then end up just wanting to go potty, waiting for the live stream to end, and then once you go potty, I'm gonna wish I didn't try to rush through this live stream because I hate when it's over and we have to wait a week until we meet again, you know? And so I like to savor the moment and not have to hold my button. No offense, TMI. Anyway, welcome to our live stream, guys. Um, I said that specifically for YouTube. Now let me get Facebook on the roll. I'm sorry, Facebook people. You are late. You are 4 minutes late. Where YouTube was 2.5. I didn't start you right away because I was explaining to YouTube about how inconveniently I needed to use the bathroom right before we needed to get started. And I didn't want to have to hold it for 3 hours and wait for the live stream to be over because being anxious to wait until it's over means it means that the live stream's over and I have to wait a week until the next one usually. And I don't like that. I like to savor each moment, as I was telling the people on YouTube, to savor each moment and, not be in pain the whole time. That's why I said, sorry I'm late, because the Evil Queen's always late to her scenes. I'm like, I'm playing the Evil Queen because I've been late in a lot of our live streams. I know we had a lot of on time ones recently too, but I've been late before. And so, yeah, I can't start on time. I guess I try to start at 6:50 on the dot, but I keep having problems. Not every single week, luckily, but quite more often than you would hope. It's only been one, most of the time. Luckily, it's only a couple minutes late. Last week was an hour late. Not this time. So anyway, yes, just catching Facebook up to speed for YouTube. That just heard me say that twice. Sorry. Just had to get Facebook up to speed with what we've been talking about. We are here for another Once Upon a Time marathon. So before recapping, just making sure everything is neat and ready. It looks like we're all good. We're all good. Okay. And we got one person watching at least, so that's good. um, Facebook wise, nobody. That's okay. People will jump on, hopefully. So recapping. Last week, we finished up the Queen of Hearts storyline. Not the Enchant Forest version, the real world version. Where she's in Storybrooke and she's trying to get the Dark One's dagger and kill people. And with it. Anyway, we defeated Cora. Snow White killed her. We got to see Snow White turn evil a little bit. Regina, out for revenge, tries to get revenge on Snow, but ultimately is proud that she killed her mother. And so anyway, so that was a twist. We all thought Snow White's life was going to end there. Not me. I seen the show, but anyway, and then we got to learn a little bit more about the Greg Mendel, the stranger who waltzed right into Storybrooke from the outside. And we got to learn a little bit about Tamara, Neil's fiance. So, we did kind of start the last story arc of the season, but we also were dealing with the aftermath of the core arc. Now that that's over, we get to spend one night on this Tamara and Greg arc. I know some people don't like that arc. It's probably the worst arc of the show, at least one of the worst. But it's very short, and there's a better arc that pays off really better in season 3. So please stick with me tonight as we get through these painful episodes. I'm looking forward to reacting to the season finale with you guys, but we have to get through 3 other episodes first. So yes, I know. I know we did 4 episodes last week, and every time we do 4 episodes, we always do it 2 weeks in a row. That's not going to be the case. That's only season two. Remember season one, when we did 3 episodes a week, it was 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, right? We had to do 4 episodes because who wants to stop right before a season finale, right? We had to stop. We had to finish. We did the last 4 episodes of season one together, right? Season two was difficult because we had the TV specials. So we were still doing 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. We were still doing 3 episodes of the actual show. But remember, instead of Q&A, we had a special episode before we watched episode one. We still went through 3, even though there was a 40-minute TV special. And then we did, backwards wise, we watched episodes 16, 17, 18, and we ended the night with a special. The reason why I didn't want to watch it today was because we have 4 episodes we have to get through today, and we're not going to do 5. So I had to do the special last week. So that's why we had to do it. But yes, I know this season has a lot of 4 episodes. And, we also had a lot of 3 episode weeks too. So don't fret. It's in the, after tonight, there'll be no more 4 episodes for a long time. So, ultimately, despite what a TV special not being counted as part of the actual series, it will count towards the series from here on out. So when we start season 3, instead of reviewing the first 3 episodes, we'll just review the first 2 along with the special. So that way we can still have our Q&A at the end. And then unlike season 2, where the last special is towards the end of the season that we just watched last week, right? This one comes after episode 11. Because season 3 starts the half season arc. So you have one arc for the first 11 episodes and another arc for the other 11. And the way you can organize it is, how we do 3 episodes a week, 3, 6, 9, 12. Well, obviously, we can't do 12 episodes because the arcs are 11. But with the special, that creates 12 episodes. 11 episodes plus one special equals 12. So we can do 3 episodes a week now that the series is being more organized. And so, with that said, with just doing episodes 1 and 2 with the special, we can do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we get, special 12, 13, right? Then 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 20, 21, 22. Yeah. So see, you could get through a whole season of just doing 3 episodes, with 2 specials, covering the 23 and 24. And 24 does divide into 8 pretty well. And that's the answer is 3, So anyway, we could have done that with season 2, but that would have involved doing 1 episode, then a special, then another episode. I like starting our nights off with a special, TV special, or end with a TV special. I don't like doing it in the middle. I think that's a little weird because you always want to know what happens next instead of getting interrupted by some cast members talking about their favorite moments, whatever. So no. So that's why I didn't want to do what I did in season 2. We had to do a few 4 episode nights, But now that things are perfectly organized for my schedule on season 3, we shouldn't have to do 4 episodes till season 4. Except Once Upon a Time in Wonderland has no specials, and since there's 13, 3, 6, 9, 12 does not go into 13. So we will have to do 4 episodes in Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. Which for those who are wondering when we're going to do that show, that is coming up soon. We are going to cover the first half of season 3 first. There's a reason for that. Wonderland takes place actually during the second season, but it aired during the third season. But it takes place during the second season. And there's something that happens in season 3 that allows you to take a break before watching before you continue watching the rest of the show. And so I think season 3 will be perfect for our Wonderland marathon. But instead of before or after season 3, there's an episode in between where it's good to take a break. So I know it doesn't make sense to stop in between a season, but we will some point in the middle of season 3 stop, watch Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. It's a short series. We can get it done in 4 weeks. 3, 6, 9, 13, not 12, right? We have to do 4 episodes in Wonderland. And then season 4, it has 23 episodes. So adding 2 episodes to that goes past the 24 episode mark. So, to do it so 3 does not go in 25 really well. So, I mean, we have, with the TV specials that we're doing, we have to do 4 episodes one night. But then season 5 has 23 episodes, but only 1 special. So that makes it 24. Season 6 is a lot like season 2. But except the special that's at the end is right before the season finale. And the season finales beginning with season 3 are 2 episodes long. So when we get to that point of the show, we'll watch the special and then the last 2 episodes. And that's how they aired on TV anyway. And so anyway, it will make sense, with season 6, but season 2, it was not season 2 was a couple episodes earlier, and it would have not made sense to do that with season 2. So anyway, that's why. So season 6 and season 3, no 4 episodes at all. Season 4, only 1. Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, only 1. And then season 5, no 4 episodes. We used to make a lot of 4 episodes with season 5, but I decided to add an extra week onto it, so it's fine. No more 4 episodes for that. That reduces our 4 episodes from 10 weeks to 7. So. And then the only other time we have to do 4 episodes is at the end of season 7. So with season 4, 7, and Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, that's only 3 more nights of having to deal with 4 episodes. So for those who prefer 3 over 4, you're in luck, because I know we're doing 4 episodes tonight, but after tonight, there will not be 4 episodes for a very long time. So you can rest assured that these often 4 episodes that we keep running into with season 2 are going to be over. Okay? Just trust me. With that said, we got to get started, because it is 7:03 and I've been yapping. So let's get started with the show. So anyway, as I was recapping, right, Cora died. Then we got to learn about Greg, and then we got to learn about Tamara, and then we kind of got a whole recap on season 2 last Sunday. I hope if you didn't watch it with me, I hope you had a chance to watch The Price of Magic. I sent a link last week about it. I hope you had a chance to watch it. It's a good recap. It talks about how magic comes with a price for those who dare to harness its power. For like Greg and Tamara, for those who dare to destroy magic, even destroying magic comes with a price. So let's hope Greg and Tamara know how to pay for their, are prepared to pay the price, And for those who don't like Greg and Tamara, this storyline will be completely wrapped up tonight, because the last story arc took 3 Sundays. The story arc before that took 3 Sundays. This one's all going to be all 1 Sunday, because it's the end of the season and you can't cover it in 9 episodes, because every season has 22. And if you've already done 2 sets of 9, that gives you 18. You only have 4 episodes. So anyway, this does not carry into season 3. We're going somewhere way better in season 3. So you can relax, because season 3 intends to be most people's favorite season. Unlike most shows where they usually do good for seasons 1 and 2, and then they start not becoming as great, right? Once Upon a Time is one of those shows where the first season's not bad, but where sometimes it might turn out bad, but it gets better later on. Once Upon a Time's like the opposite kind of show. If you don't like what's going on with season 2, season 3 gets a lot better. Trust me, this is not my opinion. This is what people have said about the show when it was airing, and I liked season 3 better than season 2. That's how I started watching the show, is because of season 3, not because of season 1 and 2. So yes, you are about to get into some really good excitement Once Upon a Time in the following weeks. But sadly for tonight, that's not going to be the case. We got to finish season 2. We're going to watch episodes 19, 20, 21. And then normally when we would end our live stream, we got to finish the season with our very last episode, 22. So we're going to finish the season tonight. No Q&A. I know there wasn't one last week either, so we haven't had one for 2 weeks. Well, apparently next week, with our schedule change, and not skipping Thanksgiving, we're going to skip my trip to Midway next week in Utah. We're not going to have our Once Upon a Time marathon next week. So to bring even worse news up, no Q&A next week, because there's no episodes to watch. And then in 2 weeks, we will start season 3. So yes, we haven't had a Q&A. I haven't had a chance to respond to comments for 2 weeks, and we're not going to be able to for another 2 weeks. So I'm very sorry about that, but it's what you got. So let's get started with the episode now. It's 7:06. I'm already starting later as it is. I hope everyone has their timestamps at 0. I gave you plenty of time. If you have the Disney Plus version, it should be 43 minutes and 55 seconds. If you have the DVD version, it's probably something different, but hopefully you have it ready. And by the way, Once Upon a Time in Wonderland is also not on DVD, so when we get to that show eventually, Yeah, you're gonna hopefully have YouTube or not YouTube, Disney Plus because it's not on Hulu either. You can only watch it on Disney Plus. So just a heads up for the future. But we're not gonna cover that after season two. We're gonna try to get through half of season three first because there's something without spoiling. There's something that allows for a good once upon a time break. Trust me, there just is. It doesn't make sense, but just say there's no cliffhanger halfway through the season, and and it feels like a series finale in a way when you watch the end of the first half of season three. And so it's not really a series finale, but it feels like one. And so that's why it's great to take a break, watch another show, and then come back and find out that the show actually continues beyond that point in the series. So anyway, sorry, maybe that was spoiling something, but I'm not trying to spoil anything. I'm just saying the best time to watch Once Upon a Time in Wonderland is halfway through season three. So it will be about another month before we start watching that show. But it is coming up now that we're finishing season two. So yes. So with that said, let's start season two, episode 19. I'm gonna push play in three, two, one, now. Making sure all my volumes are up. Okay, I was trying to warn them about someone. Go across the town line. We're gonna get our memories back. And Regina's gonna have a redemption arc. Remember, I told you about that at the end of the season. It's gonna happen. And Henry is Rumple's undoing, of course. Forgot the headphones. It's Henry's birthday. Don't kill him. Oh, luckily it was just a dream. Rumple would not do that to his own grandson. Never. Once you upon it's Robin Hood. We're getting Robin Hood on the show. Regina missed out on the family tree plot twist. Yeah. Yeah, Fate has a sense of humor. Ru- yep, Rumple's son is Henry's father. Regina, get up to speed. You're missing out. Belle. Belle will would. Regina, stop giving Rumple a hard time. I feel bad for Belle. She has amnesia here. Kind of like David did when he couldn't remember who he was. Belle's kind of living the same coma issue. Don't worry. By the end of tonight, she will get her memories back and we'll have our Princess Belle again. Yep. Yep. Aw. Yep. She's been locked away for 28 years thanks to Regina. I'm surprised Rumpel still doesn't want revenge on that. He tried with the Wraith, but it didn't work, and you think he would try something else. He's probably over it. Rumpel, you're so mean. So, in case you're confused, when in season one, when we saw Rumpel use Belle as his handmaid, it was a long period of time before she left him and got locked away in Regina's cell. So there's a lot of flashback to be uncovered there when she lived at Rumpel's palace. Because a lot of time passed when she lived there. It wasn't like just a couple days. That's why we have this flashback. Takes place before she was locked up, but after Rumpel took her captive. This is the guy who plays in a TV show called Lucifer. He pretty much plays the devil in another TV show. So I know that's kind of insane. I don't know who'd make a TV show about him, but this is the same actor. So luckily, he's not here to play a devil. Here to play Robin Hood. But he's an actor from a not so good TV show. Robin Hood, the guy who plays Robin Hood, plays Lucifer in another TV show. Luckily, they replaced the actor with another Robin Hood in season three. So, and he's a lot better than this actor. Regina, what did you do? You do? Really? Is he now? Um, let me remind you guys. Okay, this is kind of important, so maybe I shouldn't talk right now. That package is important, guys. All right, now I can talk. This is not important. They're just showing Emma because Emma was gone when Anton came to Storybrooke. You know, Anton the Giant. Exactly. Yes, August was trying to warn you about tomorrow, but oh well, you didn't know. He died before you could find out. See. So yeah, Emma missed out on a bunch of stuff, both when she went to the Enchanted Forest and when she went to New York. So Emma's been gone a lot this season outside of Storybrooke. Snow only went to the Enchanted Forest. Rumple only went to New York, but Emma's the only person who went to both places and hasn't been in Storybrooke very long this season. Yeah, back to it. Back to work. But as I was saying earlier, hmm okay, this conversation is not as important. So anyway, as I was saying, before Craig and Tamara, remember David? Remember David when he was under the curse? They tried to get his memories back, but it was only cursed memories. He had fake memories of being with Catherine, and but he had real feelings for Snow White. And so anyway, his fake memories did come back, but not his real memories. Keep that in mind. That even if Regina got Belle's memories back, what if it's only her cursed memories from season one? I mean, not like she had any; she was locked up, but still, she could have had them. Maybe Regina gave her cursed memories. So just because she remembers who she is doesn't mean she remembers her name is Belle. Just a little hint of what this, just a little hint of what we're dealing with this episode. Belle's curse memories. We never got to see who Belle was in the real world because she was locked up the entire season of season one. So season two kind of gives us a glimpse of what she would have been like. Speaking of which, Amnesia, Belle, we're back on the plot. No Emma magic beam distractions. And it's the rabbit hole. Down the rabbit hole. Little Easter egg of what we will be covering soon in the show. That That's not who Belle is. She's a librarian, not a drunk at a bar. We gotta get our real Belle back. The good spiritual Belle, not the worldly wicked Belle. I mean, in a way, some of these characters that were cursed in season one could have been villains, and then when the curse was broken, they were heroes again. The curse could have made them villains, for all we know. Rumple's evil. He's evil to the core. He has no redemption. Ever. No, that's not true. He gets a few redemptions, but that goes down the toilet a lot. No, he would never send a lady to do the job. That would be gross and inappropriate. Yes. Yeah, she left. Rumple would kill her family. So yeah, if you want to keep your family alive, stay with this monstrous devil beast. Captain Hook. We haven't seen him in forever. He wasn't at all in the episodes last week. No. Exactly. Get used to Lacey Rumple. You don't want to show your true colors to Neil. You don't want him you don't True. Rumple, you still want revenge on Regina, don't you? Regina, wow, way to play a card on Rumple. That's risky. You want to get yourself killed? Don't double cross him. Granny, people are not liking your food. I feel bad for you. Like I said, I was trying to bring that up earlier. Yes. Lacey's an alcoholic, basically. Granny, she heard that, Rumple. You keep your mouth shut. Her cooking's fine. This is what I've been doing as we're watching the show. Just nibbling with my hands. Exactly. Show her the man she fell in love with. Exactly. Exactly. Rumple's really dark here. Rumple, you don't know that. Yeah. I wouldn't fall in love with this beast, Bill. He's kind of toxic and evil. Go with someone more righteous. There's there's somebody. Rumble doesn't know what to say because he doesn't have anything in common. This is how a first date is like, guys. You don't know what to talk about. Rumple. Come on, you knew her before. She's not too scared to talk to. Not really. Yeah. A date. You want to be on your best behavior for your son, though. You don't want to ruin that your redemption arc for him. You got a date, at least, despite your nervousness. Even the dark one, immortally, can be nervous. Try it. It might work. Oh, this is a different bell. You know, some people were, like I said, were evil during the curse, so you don't know. You don't know. You don't know. This is kind of an evil bell. One who drinks alcohol and stuff. This is an evil bell we're talking about here. Hmm. Uh-huh. She's hiding the fact that they're growing magic beans, and if they go back to the Enchanted Forest, Regina won't ever have her son again, and that will turn her evil. She has these 4 episodes to be redeemed. And Belle likes that. Belle usually doesn't like Rumple hurting people. That we're seeing that in flashback. Now he likes Rumple hurting people. We get this is why this is I knew seen this before. Belle, this is evil Belle. This is not just cursed Belle. If she was not locked up for 28 years, she would be evil in Storybrooke. She'd be third villain besides Rumple and Regina of season one. True. Oh wow. Yeah, Belle said the exact same thing in the flashback. You never know what it is in a you never know what's in a person's heart until you truly know them. That's what she was saying about Robin Hood. Guys, I am failing to show you my Welcome to Storybrooke shirt every single live stream that I wear it. I wear it almost every week. Hadn't always for season one, but season two I've been wearing it every week but one week. There was one week in season two I forgot and accidentally stayed in church clothes, but I need to show this at the beginning because not everyone stays in my live stream very long and they don't get a chance to see this shirt. There's one thing Rumple loves more than his magic, and it's his things. The thing he loves most is his things, not Belle. How harsh. He's much darker than he appears. Let's keep it PG. Rumple. What is he gonna do now? That's the sheriff in Nottingham. That's Robin Hood's partner in the Disney version, but here it's his enemy. He took his tongue out so he can't speak. Ew. Huh. Robin Hood. Yep. And that sheriff in Nottingham, the one who was actually talking to Lacey in the bar before Rumple took her on a date. Rumple's like, Lacey's been gone for a while now. Wonder if she's okay. She came out of the bathroom and went somewhere else. Mhm. No, Rumple, I'm not gonna watch that. Rumple's so evil. Hmm. He's healing her. He only took the wand to heal her. Rumple. Yep, exactly. Rumple. Rumple. You missed. You missed. Yep, you missed. No, Rumple, you're lying. You chose the right thing. You listened to your inner voice. You listened to the spirit and didn't shoot him because he knows what it's like to go fatherless. He lost his own son, so that Bell found the right button to push to stop him from killing Robin Hood. And we need Robin Hood because he comes back in season 3 as a different actor, and you're gonna like the other actor better than this one. The Lucifer actor not as great, but there will be a better actor in season 3. Hmm, it was. Exactly. That's heartbreaking. She's not the nice woman that helped you stay good anymore. She's the evil woman. Man, season 2 has been quite a journey. We've gone through a lot, more than what we will go through in future seasons. If you thought this was a little too much, it slows down a little bit in season 3. Regina, she's trying to figure out what they're up to. First of all, end of season 1, curse broke. And now, end of season 2, they're trying to get back to the Enchanted Forest. Regina knows about the magic beans. Because Bell's not around to help you be good. Neil, he's around, but he's not watching right now. At least in the flashback, Rumple's not in the torturing mood anymore. He went from torture to being a nice beast. And in present, it's time for the beast to come back and be tortured in Storybrooke, which is on my shirt. Mhm. So after the beast learns to be nice, you know how in the Disney movie he shows Belle the library? Here's Once Upon Time. Here's Once Upon Time's version of that scene. When that's what Belle said in the Disney version too. Hopefully you can clean faster than you can read. Grandpa, you wanted to just clean instead of read? Okay, okay. Yeah, that's um, that's what she said then, and now here he is back to doing horrible things. Belle, uh-oh, Belle caught you in the act. Lacey did. Much darker. Well, I can see you don't belong. Head Don't worry, you won't see any more. What did you do, Neil? Tranquilize. It was like, Neil, how dare you do that to our son? Tranquilize him. Rebooted, yep. And it's not too bad Pinocchio August isn't around. He's a kid, but not around as an adult to tell Emma about tomorrow. Yeah. Neil has a point. You won't give up. You will find out what he was warning you about eventually. And with only a few episodes left, you'll find out pretty fast. Speaking of the devil, Greg and Tamara, who we haven't seen since the beginning of this episode, they're bringing in the package. It's a big cliffhanger. I told you to prepare for this. Pirates, Captain Hook is back, and we haven't seen him for 2 weeks. And this time, he is back as a main character. So, season 2 is about to set up for what kind of a cast we'll have for the rest of the show, almost, till we get to the last season. All right. So we're gonna watch the next episode momentarily. I'm just gonna say, now we have an evil Belle on the loose. In flashback form, she thought Rumpel was this evil torturer, devil of a creature, right? Pretty much. And then she found out he actually had good in his heart, and she said, "You're not the man I thought you were," and I'm glad. But on the flip side, present day, Rumpel's being all this nice and trying to be genuine. That's how what Belle taught him to be. And unfortunately, when that wasn't working out, Lacey, I guess I should call her now, Lacey viewed Rumpel as a nice guy. She's like, she's like, when she finds out that he's torturing the guy that's cheating on her, she's like, "You're not the man I thought you were," and I'm glad. So first we have a Belle who loves to see the best in Rumpel, but now cursed memories Belle Lacey likes to see the worst of Rumpel. So this is a very tempting as we go forward with the rest of the season. This is very tempting for Rumpel because as much as he wants to get Belle back, it's very tempting to keep Lacey because Rumpel always chose darkness and he always chooses evil. Even though he told Regina that you don't know me, you think you do, but you don't. He actually does prove his Regina's point later on in the show of choosing evil after lots of good. And so anyway, he keeps falling into. Let's say it this way: he keeps falling into temptation, and every time he repents out of it, he falls back into it. He keeps falling down a slippery slope, and he keeps doing bad stuff. And so, because it's hard for him to become good, suddenly he gets an evil version of Belle, and he's probably tempted to keep her around so then that way he doesn't have to be good around her. He can easily be evil because she wants him to be evil, you know? Old Belle would have been like, if you're gonna marry me, you have to be a good beast. Now, if you want to marry me, you have to be evil and do a lot of killing and stealing, and So wow, Rumpel's very tempted on keeping this Belle. This is the only time we get an evil Belle, by the way, is when she has cursed memories. Unfortunately, it will not last because season 2 plot lines will be wrapped up by the end of the season. So it won't last, um but yeah, what a journey these two have been on. All right, next episode, episode 20, the evil queen. We're gonna start it. I hope you have your timestamps at 0. Season 2, episode 20. It's 43 minutes, 55 seconds if you're on Disney Plus, DVD, something else. But we're gonna get started. Hopefully you have it ready. 3, 2, 1, now. Captain Hook is back. Yep, we have a deal. Hook still wants revenge on Rumple. Fortunately, shooting fell across the tail line did not work. Evil Queen flashback. Man, do we get a lot of these. Yep. Nope. They're loyal to Snow. I'm sorry. Regina, you killed a whole village? Maybe you're more violent than Rumple was last episode. He was only trying to kill one Robin Hood man. Yep, Regina's dangerous. Regina. Snow and Charming, you gotta be quiet. Because Regina can hear you, and if you're gonna keep hurting her feelings like that, you're gonna make her evil for good. Because it was your fault for making her think that she killed Archie when she didn't. I mean, it wasn't their fault. It's easy to blame her after all the horror she's done, but all this started because of a frame job. And then she teamed up with her mother, being been evil for a while, and then Cora died. She hasn't done anything evil since then, but that's the one reason she's been evil, because you guys blamed her when it wasn't her fault. Give her a chance now. Forgive her. Bankrupt. That's how they needed King Minos to give them money, because they were going bankrupt, and Rumpel's plan that allowed uh David to become Prince Charming after James died and fall in love with Snow White. Rumpel's planning this all along. Really, you're the villain, Regina. Regina hasn't seen Henry since the whole frame job. Let's be clear, because he wasn't there at the battle scene with Cora. Henry was safe. Kids are not allowed in adult scenes. It involves some violence. Why are you telling Henry this? He can tell everyone else. Yeah, telling Henry, not the best plan, Regina. Or keep out the part that you're okay. She's putting a memory spell on him so he doesn't remember. But now we know Regina's plan. um, you could have just told Henry that you had a self destruct button for the town, but keep out the part where you kill everyone. Then he might agree with the plan until he finds out that you're killing everyone, of course. Yeah, that's not smart to reveal your plans to someone who's so good, like a child. He could tattle on you. Well, Regina feels hurt by this. And the whole village is like, what? This must be embarrassing for someone who's pretending to be her, even though it is her. I thought Regina was vacant to leave in the beginning of the. Yep, Hook missed out on that. Cora died. Mhm. Oh yeah, and Rumple and Hook did stab Rumple in New York. I forgot about that part. So yes, seeing Rumple alive, not necessarily with Belle. I always thought it was with Belle, but seeing Rumple alive makes his revenge incomplete. Yeah, well, they're not going to destroy Storybrooke because it's going to be here for the entire show. So no matter how much they try to go back to the Enchanted Forest, it never happens. Rumple will die. The destruction of the town includes every fairy tale character. Mhm. Mhm. Tamara. No, don't trust her. August was trying to tell you that she's evil. And working with Greg, the person you've been trying to get out of town after crashing into Rumple and Hook in car accident, and the store books down. So yeah, yeah. Give it to yourself. Henry's gonna think he can get his parents back together if you don't. Too late. He heard it. And my computer was about to die, so I plugged it in. Hope I didn't ruin the YouTube live stream because I noticed remember the two times in the past during season one and season two a couple weeks ago when my my computer YouTube live stream ended and I had to upload the Facebook one to the YouTube one. It happens usually when my laptop gives me a warning sign that it's going to die, and I have to plug it in, and plugging it in somehow disrupts the live stream. So I hope YouTube is still running. First of all, it looks like it is from my phone because I have it on I went to my YouTube live stream on my phone to see if it was still running. Every time I check on the computer, it ends. Ugh. But Facebook's never let me down, so as long as Facebook keeps running, we should be good. But looks like YouTube's being fine right now. Rumpelstiltskin! How many followers do I have? No comments? One like, two watching. Snow White is saving. Little does she know Regina's life. She doesn't know. Remember, Regina's under a disguise spell, so she looks like a complete villager. Looks like someone else. Kind of like, I told you we're gonna get a different actor playing Robin Hood next season. Um, she's like disguised as if she was a different actor, even though it's the same Lana Parrilla. She's act, she's acting like she's acting a total different character. Snow White doesn't recognize her. That she's the evil queen. Speaking of the evil queen, we got Hook and the evil queen going down in the mines. True. Yeah, not a beginning. Hook agrees to that. Okay. True. Regina, you kill Snow White, get your revenge. Henry's never going to be yours. Didn't you learn your lesson already the first time? Regina, that cuff blocks magic. You don't want to put it on yourself. You're gonna regret it later. No one knows what I'm talking about because I just know what's gonna happen. Those cuffs that Regina just took from Hook are magical items that block your magic from working. Now, remember Maleficent that Emma killed at the end of season one? You know, for those who are part of the gospel, when you die, your spirit lives on in the spirit world. Well, welcome to the spirit of Maleficent, who who spiritually did not die. Emma killed her physically, but this is her spirit still stuck in the mind. You would think a mind can't hold you from going to the spirit world, but fortunately it can. She's like a skeleton by now. And already killed her. It's funny because it's not. It was the season finale that Emma killed Maleficent. This is not the season finale of season two. But given the fact we will be watching that tonight, it's kind of funny how we get an episode with Maleficent on our last night of the season. When about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, well, yeah, about a month and a half ago, we saw Emma defeat Maleficent and kill her. Kind of like what Philip was supposed to do in the Disney movie, but nope, in the Once Upon a Time's version, Emma kills Maleficent, but saves Henry instead of Sleeping Beauty. And then now, as we're finishing season two, we get a episode about the spirit of Maleficent and having to kill the spirit Maleficent, just like Emma. So I think that's kind of funny. However, that's just a coincidence. We will not see Maleficent at the end of season three. I'll tell you that. Or season four. Actually, we will see her in season four. Season five, no. Season six, no. Season seven, yes. So she's not in every season, though, and she's not in season three. So we won't see her at the end of next season. Oh, and she's not in Once Upon a Time in Wonderland either. Just so you know. And Regina also found the trigger in Snow White's coffin. If you were not paying attention and got distracted by my talking, that's all you missed. Regina found the trigger in Snow White's coffin. Now we're going to the flashback. Nah, don't trust every stranger. As they tell you as kids, don't trust strangers. Not all strangers are nice and friendly. That she's talking about you, Regina. She knows that, but funny how you're really seeing it from the story from her point of view. She's talking about the flashback from season one where Regina saved Snow from on her horse when she was 10 and broke Regina, and in return, Snow broke Regina's relationship with Daniel by telling Cora and crushing her heart, crushing Daniel's heart. I mean, not Regina's heart. Whoops, got my words mixed up. It's Operation Cobra. We haven't had that since season one. I mean, they're trying to figure out a new name. Not usually. Stakeouts are not fun. They're boring. Emma, you can't hide it from Henry. Henry, you catch on quickly. You can't hold secrets from this boy. Ha ha ha. Of course, of course, Emma tries to set things straight at the bat at the worst time because we were waiting for tomorrow to get out. Operation Mantis is on. It's not Cobra, it's Mantis. We haven't had this kind of mother son relationship operation mongoose. Operation uh yes, the wedding's off. What is it called? Operation Cobra. You know, we haven't had Operation Cobra stuff since season one, so it's nice to have it back for the end of season two. Just the marking of another season since that happened. Henry. Well, Emma didn't tell Henry. It's not her fault. Henry heard her talk to Snow. So hit the door. Got it. Now go, Henry. You had to get caught up in this mess because you spied on Emma and Snow's conversation about you, and you still think you could get your parents back together. Oh my goodness. Neil, what good timing. You brought the kid into this? No. You look like a jealous ex, Emma. She's right though. Tomorrow's evil. That's how these plots play out. Even with a jealous ex story, usually they are right. Then I've seen storylines where they're wrong too, and they had to learn their lessons to get over their husbands, ex-husbands. And yeah, divorce isn't fun, especially when you watch your ex spouse move on to the next wife or husband. There's nothing there. Ha ha. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. I don't. Save your speech. It's awkward. Yes, I get it. I swear she's evil though. Morning comes very fast. Speaking of surprise, yep. Remember, Regina just killed an entire village before disguising as a village woman. Yep, they gone further. They killed everybody. Uh oh, Regina, you messed up. You read between the lines. Yep. Snow White knows it's you. Yeah. I'm not gonna go killing with some evil stepmother. That's not fun. You don't have your magic, Regina. You're in trouble. Snow could shoot with that bow any second now. She needs to spell off, and Rumble didn't come when Regina called her. Oh man, luckily her Snow White spared her life though, because then we wouldn't be here in Storybrooke. Hmm. You betrayed him, and now he's gonna return the favor. Yeah. Yeah, Regina, you should have not abandoned him in the mines because he was about to be a good pirate, and then now you made him worse by betraying him. He's betraying you back. He was going to betray you originally, but he changed his mind, and you ruined your chance at redemption again, Regina. Oh, and again, just like that flashback, you're not disguised, but you're in the real world with no magic. Oh wait, that's not why. Remember the cuff thing I mentioned earlier? She does know how to control her magic now in the real world. She can use it because magic's in Storybrooke, but she has the cuff thing, remember, that she took from Hook. It's not good. Regina's in big trouble. Should never abandon Hook there. Hmm. Once we prove that Tamara is evil, we can all go back to the Enchanted Forest. It's burnt down, yeah. No! Not the bean field! They were just about to go back! They're gone! Yeah. No one steals from a dwarf. Who would do this? They're gonna easily blame Regina again, which she did actually steal them, but then someone stole them from her. So it's not her that stole them ultimately. She's out for a frame job once again. Let's see if she learns from this time though. Once they find out the truth, is she gonna go to evil or not? Yep. No one's gonna love you, Regina, because you've been too evil for too long. At least not here in the Enchanted Forest. But you got people that can love you in Storybrooke now at a fresh start. It's not too late to make it right and to choose good. Eventually, they'll love you if you choose good. The queen is dead. Long live the evil queen. That's how our evil queen was born. And this is how our evil queen will die. Owen, the little boy who lost his father. He's gonna find him. He will find them. Exactly. You can't use magic when that Even if you take that thing off, ha ha ha, you're in trouble, Regina. You should just not abandon Hook in those mines with Maleficent, the evil queen. You're nothing here. You're not the evil queen anymore. Regina got kidnapped. Regina got kidnapped. So this was an episode that it doesn't seem much of importance flashback wise, but it is. If you think of the show for outside of the box, we just received a flashback. Regina, even when she was evil, she wasn't considered the evil queen right away. She wasn't that evil yet. And then as soon as she killed the entire village and Snow found out about it, that's how the evil queen was actually born. She literally said, line quoted, "Queen is dead. Long live the evil queen." And then we got an opposite view in flashback form. Regina is trying to save her. She's trying to destroy Storybrooke and everyone in it. She's trying to destroy Storybrooke, push the next episode, but don't start the recap yet. I mean, don't start the episode yet. You know. Um. So Regina did the opposite. So she's trying to destroy the town and kill everyone in it and get the trigger, right? But but in the flashback we learned that the queen is dead. Long live the evil queen. Now, even though the evil queen's not quite dead yet, the reason why the evil queen is the reason why I'm saying this is that in the present day storyline, what we're about to watch in the next episode is Regina's arc, uh, redemption arc, kind of coming to a kind of coming full circle, not to an end. She still has a lot of redeeming to go, but I told you she would be redeemed by the end of season 2. So now with the 2 episodes we have left, we just saw the last of her being evil, which was her plan to destroy the town and kill everyone and get Henry and escape to the Champ Forest so she can live and raise Henry on her own without everyone else. That's an evil plan, to kill the entire town. She just killed a village. She's resorting to evil. But her plan backfired when Greg kidnapped her. And unlike other times when Regina did not learn her lesson from her mother, from anyone else, she's finally going to learn, not spoiling, not really. She's finally going to learn her lesson in this next episode, as she's kidnapped and the heroes find out and they try to save her. This is her chance at redemption right here during this kidnapping plot. And so now that Greg and Tamara kidnapped her, the heroes are going to save her. And that's what's going to begin her redemption, because she's going to thank the heroes for saving her and probably be a good guy from now on. So anyway, so what I'm basically saying is the episode we just watched showed us how she became the evil queen. Now we get to see how she becomes the good queen and not evil anymore. So yes, good Regina's gone. Long live the evil queen. Now, in Storybrooke present time, evil queen is gone. Long live the good mayor of Storybrooke. I mean, yes, you hate Regina for all the evil things she's done, but there are moments where you want her to find happiness when she's like with Henry, and Henry never believes in the good in her, and I hope you never give up on her redemption either. Everyone's repented. No, not just no matter how bad of a sin they made, but they're also repentable for how long they've been evil. Everyone's repentable. You know what I mean? The easier you change, the better. The easier you repent, the easier it is. But even if you take a long time to do so, it's never too late. So anyway, on with the next episode. It's called Second Star to the Right. These next 2 episodes, kind of like season 1, are a connected flashback. Remember how Snow White and Charming got separated with King George, and then Snow White went to go save Charming, only to find out that he's been traded with the evil queen. and then the evil queen have a parlay. The evil queen gives a Snow White a poison apple. Then we see in the finale that Charming escapes from the evil queen's prison and tries to wake up Snow White from her sleeping curse. We have just like season one, our last two episodes here are season finale connected flashback. So I'm not going to spoil it, but do you remember when Rumple lost his son through a portal, and he went to the real world without Rumple? You are about to see what's been happening to Neil these 200 years, because how is he still alive, right? How is he alive? Not going to spoil anything, but think about that as we're watching these episodes. All the lands Neil has been to, he's been more than one. The real world was not his first stop, nor is it his last. But anyway, we're gonna start the next episode. 43 minutes, 44 seconds, Disney Plus, DVD, something else. But we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, now. On Once Upon a Time. Yes, we have a deal. Total destruction in store. Bagger. Yep. And this is where Bellfire ended up. We're about to find out his origin stories after he left Rumple. It's London, 1800s. This tells you that Rumple has been the Dark One for at least 200 years. And it's London. What Disney movie has London, guys? Think about it. What Disney movie has London? You might have a great idea of where we're heading if you know what the movie has London in it. So many things. A lot of horse carriages and stuff. He's been on the streets for weeks now. He's starving. Yeah, she's cute. Bellfire's girlfriend. Wendy. Darling. Ring a bell? Trust me, though. I'm not going to spoil it in case you haven't figured it out by now. But there's only one Disney movie that has Wendy in it. Bellfire can hear something outside his hotel. Rumple, Dr. Wells, you love one night stands with everyone's wife, don't you? First you steal Snow White from Charming, now you're stealing Belle from Rumple. Yeah. See, that's your problem. You like Lacey keeping you evil, but Bellfire still wants you to be good. So you might as well get Belle back so you could be good for both your future wife and son and past son. Belle and Rumple do get married in the series, so they do become husband and wife, despite Rumple's evilness. Belle doesn't. Belle tries to get toxic with it and tries to believe he'll change good, even though that never happens till the end of the series. At least not forever. Mhm. True. Yeah. It is Tamara. I know we've only seen her for a few episodes. It's quite quick on the plot, but we're already at the end of the season, and something coming in season 3 is way better. So it's better that we get rid of this now than spend a half a season on it next season. You know, this plot is pretty quick and over with, especially since it's unlikable. I think it was smart by the writers to get this plot only a few episodes of time. They will defeat these two before the season ends. It's a diamond that can destroy Starbrook. That's what it is. I doubt that, Regina. Tell them the truth if you don't want to avoid torturing yourself. Yep. Not torturing. Regina, just tell him where his father is. Ooh. Electrocuted. Oh, I like Wendy. She's a cute girl. Aw. He was he was one of Wendy's stepbrothers. He's not John and Michael, but he's Bay. Did you ever think Wendy had another brother that's not in the Disney's Peter Pan movie? Come on, you gotta know it's Peter Pan by this point. That's how that's what I was talking about. What movie has London in it? You know, I grew up on a show called Jake and the Neverland Pirates, a Disney Junior uh, little kid show. And then this was my transition into teenager and adulthood. This version of Neverland is going to probably ruin your childhood version of the Disney movie. Let me just say that. Neverland is evil. You don't think so, but you'll see. You'll see. You'll see. In one time, Peter Pan can never go to the real world, so he always has to send in his shadow when he wants to bring children to Neverland with him. That's different than the Disney version for sure. Mhm. Yeah, you're not invited, Charming. You're not invited, Charming. Charming. He has no reason. He knew this day would come when he would owe Charming a favor. Remember, he had used Charming's help to find Belle, and now he's repaying his favor, just like Emma did by finding Rumpel's son. Everyone's paying their favors because if you don't want to see what happens when you cross paths with Rumpelstiltskin. No price. Nothing. Nothing. No price for this. You just returning the deal. He has swords in the background. Did you see that? And Lacey believes in magic and fairy tales. Don't you think that's just a fairy tale childhood fantasy? Like every real world person thinks? Yep, it does actually. Snow White's right. That's exactly what happens. It's about time Regina is redeemed after so many trials against her in season two. We want her on the good side for season three. Season three has good stuff. We don't want Regina missing out by being evil. We don't want her on the losing team. We want her on the winning team. You guys might not like her, but you'll learn to like her. Uh, didn't the spell didn't work? Oh, gotta be patient. She knows Regina's in pain. You're gonna cut your neck. Why? You're gonna cut your neck, putting your head in the up against the chair like that. That must have hurt. Putting her back like that with a small chair. Aw, poor Bellfire. The only girl he almost fell in love with. Probably would have married too if he didn't go. If I'm not gonna say anything that spoils the happen yet. Oh yeah, Bellfire didn't stay in London. Obviously, he would be 200 years old and dead. So if he didn't keep jumping rounds, he would have fell in love and married Wendy instead of Emma. Then we wouldn't have Henry though, so that's a good thing. Oh, poor moment between Emma and Neil. He doesn't regret ever leaving her. There's not a day that goes by that he regrets leaving him. Or that's kind of sweet. See, Tamara's a villain. Just find out about her true colors already, Emma and Neil. Magic's unholy. Hmm. Good magic isn't. It's holy enough. It's evil versus evil. Evil Queen versus Greg and Tamara. We're everywhere. Mhm. Mhm. No, we love Once Upon a Time. Don't stop the magic. See, they found out. It's Tamara. Aw. Whoever thought Wendy would have three brothers? Four if you count Doggy Nana, the dog. Wendy's dog. I bet you're wondering when we'll actually see Peter Pan, huh? Huh. I'm sorry, but you won't see him tonight. Yeah. Okay. You may think Neverland's good, but listen. Shh. I told you Neverland's evil. It may have fairies and beautiful mermaids, but it's called Neverland because you never leave once you go there. And and if you do leave, then someone has to take your place, kind of like the price of magic. If you kill someone, you have to if you want to save someone's life, you have to kill someone in return. Remember what Snow White learned? If you want to leave Neverland, someone has to take your place all the time. Anytime you do something and you don't want to do it, you gotta get someone else to do it for you. See, Once Upon a Time has a good interpretation of evil Neverland. It may seem like a wonderful dream place you'd want to go to as a child, but it's really evil looking at it as an adult. Children being separated from their parents forever. Doesn't that make you look on the Disney movie a little differently? Pan's a villain, guys, through and through. Stealing Lost Boys and they're never going home to their mamas. Can't even believe Walt Disney thought that was a good story to tell. Once Upon a Time has the right way of looking at Neverland. Never go there, guys. Never. Not even in Dreamland. Kids watching, never go to Neverland. It's evil. That's how I'm going to raise my kids. But don't kill Henry, Rumple. You might be your undoing. That doesn't mean you kill your grandson, though. He doesn't. But he doesn't want Lacey to find out his weakness. Neil still doesn't trust Emma. But they're going to get caught. Dead. That's where he is. Dead. That's gross. Bury his body at your campsite? That's gross. No, Regina's not dying. Don't worry. She has a whole redemption arc. Man, this night doesn't stay young. It goes by fast. Lights out. Lights out. Lamps off. And this is how Bellfire went to Neverland. Yep. Thank you for making me part of your family. You're a darling. Bay, darling. Wendy, darling. Could have been daughter of Rumpelstiltskin if they got married. Wendy would have been a great choice. I would have stayed for her. I wouldn't be immortal in Neverland for 200 years and then marry Emma. I would have stayed for her. I mean, Emma's good too. But who wants to marry a thief who steals cars, always on the run? That doesn't seem like a good relationship. And Neil was like that too. Except this is when he's Bellfire still. There's the London Clock Tower. You know, that's where Back to the Future Musical started. London. Second star to the right. That's why this episode is called Second Star to the Right. Lacey was the first episode, which that's how Lacey was made. Then the Evil Queen. We got to figure out how the Evil Queen became evil. This one's called Second Star to the Right. That's the way to Neverland. And the next episode is called Straight On Till Morning. I told you the last two episodes are a flashback connected episode, just like season one. You know, we're about to see Bellfire in Neverland as we continue on to the finale after this. What a betrayal, fiance! Be careful who you sneak up upon and marry, guys. They might turn out to be your worst enemy. I better be careful on who I choose my wife. Oh, we saw that flashback in episode 18 last week. Nope, it wasn't. You spilt it on purpose. No, Neil shot! We just barely met him. He barely just joined the cast. We can't have him die. Huh. Now there's a chance Emma and Neil can really get back together. Man, what a cheesy plot, but sometimes it's okay just to move on from your ex-husbands and wives. Not for this show. It's a fairy tale show. Everyone's supposed to live happily ever after. Oh, but not right now. What happily ever after when there's a portal involved? Oh no, Emma, don't let go. This is intense, guys. Just wait until we get to the finale. Things are about to get more intense. Yep, she's shot. Oh, nope, too late for hospitals. Not Neil. Oh, Emma, you finally said the L word, but it's kind of a late. Too late. Too little, too late. Uh-huh. Haha, I knew that was actually coming all along. Not a chance they can get back together after all. Just didn't want to spoil it at the time. Just wanted you to think that was the cheesy plot here. Nope, we're done with Neil. Dead, gone. And only been in the show for a few episodes. Adult him, anyway. Oh no. That's sad. That is so sad. One of our first main character deaths. No, not true. Graham was supposed to be a main character and he died. So not the first main character death. And definitely not side character death either. There's been a lot of deaths before this. Talk about killing the whole village. But yep, that's your father's cloak. Oh, that's gross. Why would you unbury? Ew. Your parents' bones? Ew. Oh well. At least Greg knows that his father's dead, and he doesn't have to torture the queen to find out. It was the truth is not worth to find in finding, guys. Sometimes. Mara killed him. You should have believed Emma. See, look at Neverland. And all those crying children in the background. Neverland is not as good as you thought it was as a child. This will help you realize as an adult what it really is about. Not really about good imaginating fairies and mermaids. Really evil. And fortunately, Bellfire decides not to go to Neverland. But he is in Neverland. He's not setting foot on the island, though. He's not touching the soil. He can leave again. Shadow lost him. And who's the one who picks him up? Captain Hook. Yep. Bellfire crossed paths with the pirate. Remember, he mentioned that. He knew how to sail a boat. This is his interactions with Captain Hook and how he learned. And how we will continue in our finale flashback. Oh, yeah. What a great setup for a flashback season finale. That's sad. This is even worse than Archie's death. And it has nothing to do with Regina. Henry's not going to be happy that he just met his father. You can't lose him just days later. They still have the trigger, the diamond that Regina got from the mines. Remember when Hook betrayed her? Yep. She doesn't have it anymore. She might not want to destroy Storybrooke. It's time to move to the next phase. Yeah, we only got a finale. You guys can't be here for season 3. Time to time to talk about cars. Do you remember watching? Okay, let me explain. Um, um, so okay, Pixar for a second. We will get Pixar characters in here eventually, but not next season. We gotta watch the season finale. But before we do, just a quick second here. Do you remember in Cars when Lightning McQueen stumbles upon Radiator Springs and the town is not on the map? It's completely forgotten until Lightning McQueen puts it back on the map. Well, we know how to get a town back on the map watching Cars, but in Storybrooke, we're about to blow a town off the map so no one can come in or out. Anyway. Yes, there's only one way to get what we all want. Gotta blow Storybrooke off the map. Okay, before we watch the next episode, which is 43 minutes and 55 seconds for those who are watching Disney Plus version, before we push play, there's no recap on this finale, but before we finish out the season, I know this is usually the Q&A time, but we're not doing that tonight, as you know. So yes, it's time to blow Storybrooke off the map. You know, yes, they have to move to the next phase because this is we're now on the season finale, and I'm not going to stop here because we should just finish the season. It's one episode left, guys. Come on, stick around. Don't sign off. But anyway. So before we finish the season, so yes, Neil just died. That was rough. That was rough indeed. Especially since Emma and Neil could have gone back together, but now they're not going to. Okay, we're still gonna get a Neil flashback though, since usually the finale has a connected flashback with the previous episode. Anyway, so yes, we're getting a flashback with Bellfire in Neverland. But aside from that, in the real world, so yes, Tamara betrayed Neil and killed him. Rumble's not gonna be happy when he finds that out. Maybe he'll want revenge on Tamara, right? Anyway, he's gonna want to help save the town. Anyway, so yes, we got a bunch of allies now. Rumple and Regina were the villains of season 1, but now they're allies. So in so yes, Regina's redemption arc has finally come into light. Yes, she was going to destroy Storybrooke, but as soon as she changes her mind after Snow saving her life again, because she did at her execution. Anyway, after saving her life again from Greg and Tamara, she may not want to destroy Storybrooke anymore, but despite their differences, just because she doesn't want to destroy Storybrooke doesn't mean someone else doesn't want to. So now Greg and Tamara are going to do what Regina was supposed to do, and yeah, it's not going to be good, in a town where fairy tales exist. Wait, how does the trailer go? There was a trailer for this season finale. On the season finale, Once Upon a Time. Let's see. In a town. All magic comes with a price. In a town where fairy tales exist, all magic comes with a price, and the price may be the total destruction of Storybrooke. It's time to blow Storybrooke off the map. That's what they should do in Cars 4. Let's blow Radiator Springs off the map. Just kidding. No, they should never do that, right? Anyway, it does remind me of the Our Town song. And I hope Storybrooke never gets forgotten. And I hope you guys never forget Storybrooke, even when this marathon's over. Storybrooke is a good town. Yes. And we will get Pixar characters in some point in the future. This adapts almost every fairy tales. Disney, Universal, Pixar, you name it, there will be stuff. Anyway, so yes, we learned from Dr. Frankenstein, who's not a fairy tale character, that this has more than just fairy tales in it. But yeah, mostly fairy tales. So yeah, let's just get right into this finale. The sooner we start this, the sooner we could be done for the night. So I hope your timestamp is 43 minutes, 55 seconds for Disney Plus users. Anyone else, it's probably different. But it's called, remember what the last episode was called, Second Star to the Right? This is Straight On Till Morning. Straight On Till Morning. Once you pass the second star, it's straight on till Neverland. So anyway, we're gonna get a Neverland flashback now. We got a London flashback now. We get a Neverland flashback. So yeah, it's time. And by the end of this season, I bet you probably have a good idea on where we're going next already. And but in case you still can't put the puzzle pieces together, you will know where we're going by the end of this episode. And you will find out who our next villain is for the season. We didn't know Cora was going to be the villain at the end of season 1. It took 2 episodes of season 2 to find that out. Our villain's going to be revealed before this finale is over. So, and you're gonna really like where season 3 is heading. So just get through this finale with me, and you're about to get to what might be, because it's most people's opinion. So I might be wrong about yours, but it might be your opinion as well. What might be your favorite season if you're watching this for the first time? You know, this finale is gonna help set this up for you. So, um, yes, you never know what's going to happen in the final minutes. I mean, season 1 was the obvious. The curse was going to break, but we didn't know Rumble would bring magic, right? For those newers out there, olders like me, we knew that. But when you watch this for the first time, like I did back in 2013, you didn't. I didn't know the magic was coming to Storybrooke. So yes, you are going to be surprised on what's going to happen in the final minutes. Okay, let's just get on with the finale. So I'm going to push play in 3, 2, 1, now. So it's In fact, maybe we should never do Q&As again. When we do 3 episodes next time, we should just talk in between, since that keeps us over time when we talk at the end and the in between. It should be one or the other. That means when we do 4 episodes, we should never talk in between episodes. Mom said hi. That's the only comment I have is from my mother. Yeah. It's funny how this is season 2, episode 22. Lots of two. You won't get that in any other season. Season 3 does not have three threes. There's not 33 episodes. There's only 22. And then I guess there was a 111 that we missed out on season 1. I didn't think about that when we were there. But I'm just pointing it out. I do hate all numbers anyway, so it's not worth mentioning the 111. But I do love even numbers. So I'm just going to mention it. We have a bunch of twos. Season 2, 22. Anyway. Hook knows Bellfire. Mayla probably told him about him before she died. And we got a London thing from last episode. This time we have a picture of Neverland in the title sequence. Neverland episode. Flashback, what at least. There's Henry. On a swing. He doesn't know about his father's death. Someone has to tell him. Rumple, you just told Lacey that you were going to get your revenge. And the way you're doing it is just by causing an accident. And see, he can't just kill Henry like without being noticed. But with magic, he can secretly cause an accident where where he will be blameless because sometimes ropes do just break. But look, he's using his magic to break the ropes. Uh, Rumple, you really gonna kill your grandson? Nope. Huh, that was close. You almost got caught there. Oh, Rumple. That's sad. Nothing's worth the loss of a child. Rumple, you're gonna commit suicide after losing your son? That's not good, dude. Oh man. That's sad. Neil has brought a lot of love to this family, even for only being in it for a few episodes. Hook's willing to die to get his revenge. To kill Rumple, he's willing to kill himself. Hey, I was watching commentary on this episode on the DVD version once, and they brought a great parable that I didn't realize when I was watching this the first time. Think about this. Henry ate a poison apple at the end of the season, and season one, and he was the only one on his deathbed. And they tried to, they tried to save him. It was too late, but then True Love's kiss made it so it wasn't too late. This is the opposite. Henry, if you'll soon find out that Henry's not going to die because he's not a fairy tale character. Everyone not born in the Enchanted Forest will live. Emma, even though she was not a fairy tale character either, she was still born right before she got sent to the real world. So, with all that said, Emma will still die, but Henry's the only one born in this world that won't. Look, listen. Listen to this conversation. We're all gonna die. Oh, Hook. Now it's your redemption arc. Look, you just got here. You can be evil a little longer. These heroes and villains have to work together just for once to stop this trigger, and then you could go back to hating each other when it's over. She said that at the end of season one. I love you when the curse was broken. Only this time, she's not being evil to do it like she has been in season two. She's fully redeemed. Yep. Things we do for our children. He would have been Belfire's stepfather if Mela didn't die. So he's trying to treat him like a son. Neil. I mean Belfire. Not Neil yet, but Belfire. Hook's trying to teach Belfire like a son. The Lost Boys. He? Who's he? I know what you're thinking. Maybe he isn't Peter Pan. Maybe he is someone else. But I assure you that you're thinking wrong. Just admit it. Peter Pan's a villain. They could have gone with that plot where Peter Pan's the hero and someone else is controlling the Lost Boys and being evil. But nope, 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 nope. Peter Pan is a villain. You will see by the end of this episode. He rips your shadow. Just like the evil queen rips hearts. Rip. I knew he was going to say that. Lost Boys. Phew, they didn't find him. Good. Well, it's Rumpel who only cares about himself. So while this conversation's happening, I'm going to quickly say the parallel here now that you know. Henry's the only one not dying here. Season one, Henry was the only one dying, and his life was on the line. Only his life. The guy who was born in the real world. Luckily, a true love's kiss kept him alive. Season two parallels that, where everyone else dies except for Henry. Henry is the only one who doesn't have to worry about his life right now. All the other kids, they have to worry about their own parents dying, you know, and it's not going to be true love's kiss that stops this, but you'll see. They purposely did this to make it parallel season one. Season 2 is the opposite of season 1. They nailed talking about that almost the entire episode when I was watching the commentary. So just had to mention that. Just think about this as like the opposite of season 1. Not in like casting a curse, not because it was breaking the curse in season 1. No, not like that. But the fact that Henry's life was on the line, and now everyone else except for Henry's life is on the line. So anyway, don't let her die as Lacey. Lacey knows something's up. Rumple, you may love Lacey. She helps you stay a villain. But you gotta be honest here. Don't you miss Belle keeping you on the straight and narrow? And if you don't bring Belle back, you're never gonna see her again if you die. Time's running out. This is the writers have said this should feel like a summer movie. So with it being summer and all, I hope this felt like a summer movie for you. And especially when we get to season three's arc, I hope it feels like summer for you. Except when the season 3 arcs are over, it's not going to be summer anymore. But the first half season 3 will be in the summer, and then the second half season 3 will be in the fall. So I think the first half season 3 fits very well for the summer theme, and then the second half can well, it actually feels more springy, but it could be it's fine for the fall. It's fine. No season's going to be perfect for the nature season. Get it? Show season, season 1, 2, 3, and then you have winter, spring, summer, fall. There's two different terms of seasons here. Season 2 and 3 are good summer seasons, I would say. As far as fall seasons, though, I'm not sure. I do know this season 4 is a good winter season, so that will be good because we will review season 4 when it's around Christmas time, close to Christmas, winterish. But I can't tell. I don't feel like the second half of season 3 and Wonderland is good for fall, but oh well, it's what we're stuck with. It's a good thing we started when we did, so this would be in the summer though. Man, only 25 minutes left of our night, and I hate when it goes by. I hate when it slips by me like that. Why I went potty and started late, so I wouldn't, so I could savor the moment we have together before I have to wait a week or two, or yeah, this case 2 weeks, but mostly one. You broke the jar of beans. There's not very many of them now. I stole the beam from you so you wouldn't play any dirty tricks, Hook. Magic comes with a price. Emma doesn't even want Regina to die. She believes in her now. She doesn't want to die as the evil queen anymore. She wants to die as a hero. The only way this device can be stopped is if Regina gives up her own life. Oh no, Henry, you just lost a father. You can't lose a mother too. But at least Regina is sacrificing her own life to save the heroes. It's the least she could do for all the evil she's done to her family. Now she's trying to make up for it. Her repentance. I hope if you ever sin in your life, I hope repenting doesn't involve you giving up your own life. But sometimes it can be that extreme. And the doing the right thing, even if it means killing yourself, but not in the suicidal way, killing yourself for a good cause, sometimes it might be worth it. Yeah, Rumple's like, you know what? I need Belle back. This isn't working. I'm tired of being evil. I want to stay on the Covenant path pretty much. So yeah, he's gonna bring back Belle now. Thanks to Grumpy's potion. Belle once reminded Grumpy of who he was and why he fell in love with Nova, and remember in the flashback they crossed paths. Now he's trying to return the favor after helping him get his happy ending with Nova, but Grumpy wanted to return the favor and get Belle her happy ending by getting her memories back. Nice from Grumpy. His name's Grumpy for a reason, but quite generous consider his name's Grumpy. Now he's going to use that potion. It's time to bring Belle back. I told you she would get her memories back by the finale. I'm tired of Lacey. We haven't seen Belle since episode 11. That was halfway through the season. It's nice to get her back. Oh, yeah. Belle's back. Belle's back. Yes, we got the good Belle back. Now you can keep Rumple in check of his evil deeds. Because you lost your son. Who else do you have left? Not much. You know. You failed. Magic comes with a price. You found him, but you brought magic, and that made you lose him. It's only been a few short weeks, according to the show, since you found him. It's only been 2 weeks, technically, for us. Yeah. Mhm. And Esno's about to talk to her. That's talking like a mother. Let's take the hard path. If we don't, exactly, you'll be building a future on Regina's blood. You killed Cora in cold blood, and Regina Snow White's trying to repent for her mistake. Let's. Regina's repenting for hers. Let's return the favor and save her life. Hook knows Bellfire. Now he has to make sure he treats Henry like his own grandson, which is weird, given the fact that Hook actually ends up marrying Emma in a later season and becomes grand becomes the father of Henry's stepfather and step grandfather. That's weird. It's like my grandfather marries my mom. Ew. Then again, you have Emma marrying Hook, who used to be with Mela. That's like my mom marrying my grandpa. That's the same thing. Ew. Yeah, stepfather Hook. Come on, stepfather Hook. He loves the darlings more than Rumple. Bellfire knows about his true history with his mother and Hook. The truth is hard to swallow. Sometimes the truth hurts more than the lie. It's worth it though, because in the end, the lie hurts more than the truth. But at the start, it sometimes is the other way around. But it's better than lying. Truth is better than lying. But you remember the beginning of season 2, the first episode, they threw Ray through a portal. Now it's the end of the season, and they're gonna throw a bomb in the portal, basically. But see what happened the last time they threw something through a portal? Philip died, and that made Mulan and Aurora mad at Snow White and Emma. So if you throw it through a portal, you're gonna condemn a lot of other fairy tales to death, and they're gonna want to get justice on you guys. It's probably not the best idea. Except yes, Hook stole the bean, so that plan backfired already. And they don't even have a spare bean to take fairy tale characters. And if they did, they would use it to put the self-destruct in there anyway. So no plan to get the fairy tale characters out before death, and no plan to get rid of the self-destruct. So now what are they gonna do? Keep watching. Ouch. Hook, how could you let your stepson go? Future stepson. You guys actually never got married yet because Rumpel killed Mela before they got married. So, but it's like a father and son. You had you had that same relationship, and it backfired because you and Rumpler you can't seem to forgive your differences and move on. You can't seem to put it past your differences, and so yes, Bellfire has two evil fathers. Technically. All right. Well, look at the Enchant Forest turning back into a forest. I mean, Storybrooke turning back into a forest. So that sounds a little better ring to it. Enchant Forest turning back into a forest. No, but Storybrooke. Anyway, oh no, we can't hold it much longer. Everyone's gonna die. Oh no, not the family, not the fairy tale characters. And this isn't the end of the show, so this is not gonna go down like this. They're gonna find a way to pass this. Um, Emma has an idea. You're the savior after all. You have unlimited magic. You used it to defeat Cora when no one else could. Not even Regina. Exactly. Work together. Emma broke the curse all on her own because you were evil last time. This time it's the end of season 2 and you redeemed yourself. Work together this time. Don't play the role as the villain anymore. Good job. Talk about villain redemption. And with Emma being the savior and having unlimited magic, she can defeat the thing. The rule of the saviors is no rules at all. There's no limitation for saviors. They can defeat anything. If it weren't for Emma, though, it'd be impossible because no one has as much magic or is as powerful as Emma Swan. That's why she's the star of the show. Rumpel and Regina are tied in second. They did it! They stopped it! They did it. Henry was right about a lot of things, though. He's missing, of course, right now. So that this is a less concern issue right now. That Henry was right about a lot of things, but let me just say, he was right about the curse. He was right about Tamara. He was right about getting his family back from the Enchanted Forest. He's been right about a lot of things, and these heroes would not trust him until now. They trust him. They believe in him now, but you know, by the end of season 2, they're realizing, wow, Henry was right about everything. Fairy tales, everything. Anyway, Greg and Tamara kidnapped Henry. You. So they weren't planning to destroy magic. Plot twist. It was a distraction so they can get the real treasure, which is Henry. He's the ultimate believer, and without Henry, these guys would never believe in fairy tales, and the curse would never be broken, and they would never get everyone back from the Enchanted Forest. They would never stop the self-destruct. They would never find out Tomorrow was a villain. And so by taking Henry out of the equation, it's going to cause a lot of problems. They're losing their one and true believer in fairy tales and magic. They went right into a portal, setting up what we're going to get into in the next season. Tamara and Greg took Henry through a portal. Hook's ship. He stole the beam from them, but he's coming back. He's changed his ways. He's redeemed too. Yep. Let's go save Henry. Let's go, Henry. We have a princess, a pirate, a knight, a wizard, a villain, a hero. Unite to save Henry. This is the best team up. Do you know what they called themselves? I will wait. So there's no spoilers. Nope. At the beginning of tonight, we saw a dream where Rumpel was going to kill Henry. And now look how far we've come in just 4 episodes. He's not going to kill Henry despite his undoing. He's going to go save him. Yeah. You will see Belle again. You're not going to die in Neverland, Rumpel. Stop thinking like that. We've already killed Neil. We don't need to kill another main character. Neil was never a main character, but he kind of could have been. He's Henry's father, after all. Close to the main character. Ex-husband. Yeah. Bellfire would be pretty proud of you for choosing to save his son, your grandson. Good job, Rumple. That's Bellfire's body. And it's Philip! Mulan and Aurora found a way to get Philip back from the Wraith. That was off screen, by the way. That's why you're probably confused. And Bellfire may be alive after all. Maybe he's not dead. Ooh. Finally, Rumple and Hook have put their differences aside. No more feud. No more revenge. All the villains are going to be heroes now, working together to save Henry. No evil queen. No evil Captain Hook. We got only heroes here. No evil Rumple. It's hard because we have 3 villains here and 3 heroes. Emma, Snow, and Charming. Then you got evil Rumple, evil Hook, and evil Queen Regina. And they're all putting their differences aside and becoming good. Neverland. They took Henry to Neverland. Now. Oh, yeah. Speaking of flashback, remember how they took Bellfire? Nope. Oh. If he's not the boy Pan's looking for, he's lucky to live. If Henry's the boy Pan's looking for, he could die. Everyone's leaving Storybrooke for a big vacational trip that we will not take till August. Who are they working for? Who is Greg and Tamara working for? I kind of already said it. May take time, but Peter Pan never fails. Introduced, our villain for season 3 will be Peter Pan and the Lost Boys. Yes, I know. Most stories you hear, they're the good guys, protagonists, but not in Once Upon a Time. Who's ready for an antagonist, Peter Pan and Lost Boys? We got some evil Peter Pan and Lost Boys coming as the ship goes into the portal, and they're gone. And we stare at a blank ocean till the credits. That wraps up season 3. I was so excited and intense there because season 3 is I like that season too. I can't tell if it's my favorite, but probably will be yours if that's what most people's opinions are. Most likely, I'm guaranteed, season 3 will be your favorite season because now they have to save Henry from Peter Pan. And did you see that paper there? That picture looked exactly like Henry. Peter Pan, like Rumple, knows the future, and he could see that the boy he needs is Henry. And if you're not Henry, then you're lucky to be a lost boy and alive. But if you're Henry, prepare to die. Am I right? Prepare to die. Prepare to die. And, for Henry's purposes, prepare to die. And so anyway, so yes, if you were Henry right now, you would not want to be him. Because because Peter Pan. Oh no, Henry's in danger. They'll never kill Henry on the show. Just trust me. They'll never kill Henry on the show. Don't worry. Yes, I'm gonna wrap up this live stream tonight. It's been a fun live stream, guys. We will not be going live next week. I will be on vacation. We will. Originally, that was going to be the plan, but I was also planning to skip Thanksgiving. And when the vacations start getting closer, I changed my schedule, as you saw a few weeks ago. So we will be going live on Thanksgiving weekend. So sorry if that's a problem with you guys, but we will go live on Thanksgiving. But in return, we're not going to do our marathon next week. making season 2 8 weeks long, because we've only spent 7 weeks on season 2, but because we skipped Mother's Day, season 1 had 8 weeks. So we're going to give season 2 its 8th week. But we're going to, now that we're done with season 2, we're just going to take the week off. So I will not see you next Sunday. I will maybe get a video posted, because remember when I did my Once Upon a Time ranking of all the seasons, I posted that on Mother's Day. So I'll find another video idea to replace our marathon. I'll post it early, but I will not release it to the public till Sunday, obviously. But I'll make it in advance so that it's ready. And then when I go on vacation, that's something you can look forward to while I'm gone. But when we get back in 2 weeks on August 3rd, we're going to start season 3, the biggest season of them all. Yes, they're going to Neverland to save Henry from the clutches of Peter Pan. We do have another Once Upon a Time special as well. And it does recap season 1 and 2. So if you have anyone new to Once Upon a Time, if you prefer them watching all of season 1 and 2, then that's fine. But on the other hand, if they can catch up, if they're okay not watching season 1 and 2, we will cover a TV special that will help them catch up on the series. So try to bring anyone new you can. So after all, I didn't get confused, and season 3 was the first season I watched before I got to go back and watch season 1 and 2. So this is a perfect opportunity to bring new people in, and I hope old people stay. Don't leave. Season 3 gets better than 2, okay? Just trust me on this one. There's the season 3 has the biggest plot twist that you wouldn't even see coming. Season 2 may be predictable, but season 3 not predictable. It's time to get hooked, y'all. As big as the movies every week, the show goes from heroic to epic. And we have villains and heroes working together to save Henry. So yes, these villains are putting their differences aside. Rumple and Hook, the rivalry of Regina and Snow White and Charming, they have all their evil ways, good versus evil, but it's time to put that aside and work together as one good hero team, with only one villain in mind, Peter Pan. So can they put their differences aside? Can the evil queen stay good now that we've had her redemption arc? Can Rumple stay good and keep his promise on saving Henry? Can Hook stay good as well and not fall into temptation and kill Rumple? Can these heroes and villains work together, stay good, and work as a team to reunite, to save Henry? Find out in 2 weeks. But until then, guys, see you next week. But before I go, one thing I want to say is that the Avengers, Marvel, when these actors were filming season 3, they called themselves at the beginning of season 3 the Navengers, like short for Neverland. The Navengers. These are like the Navengers. How you have Captain America teaming up with Hulk Smash, teaming up with Bucky, all those other superheroes that come from different movie franchises, and they combine together, put their villain and superhero differences aside, and work together in the Avengers. That's what we have in Once Upon a Time. Bunch of heroes and villains working together. This is like the fairy tale version of Avengers. So if you really love Marvel and you liked Avengers, you're going to like Once Upon a Time. It aired around the same time the Avenger movies came out. So yes, stay tuned for an epic summer felt like movie event of the summer, which begins in August. So anyway, we'll see you then. Sorry. I did see some comments. Hi, I missed you, Ben, but I am going to watch the finale of season 2. Good. What was your favorite part about... We don't have time for Q&A, I know. I'm just reading this. What was your favorite part about today's episodes? Probably the finale. I will see 22. Rumple, you need to put love in your heart. Then you will find your happy ending. Yeah. Evil never brings happiness. Exactly. All right. That's all the comments. So I just wanted to read those. All right. Well, have a great day. I'm going to end the YouTube one first since YouTube lasts forever and Facebook doesn't. No comments for YouTube, by the way. Our live stream was, 3 hours and 26 minutes. Longest live stream of them all. Sorry, guys. Have a great night. Bye. As far as Facebook.